Like what you're seeing here, subscribe to this channel for more. What up guys, this is Monkey Figure Reviews, and today we'll be talking about a figure that I got not too long ago. It is the figure Colosseum Sculptures Zokyo Chohokessen Series 6 Volume 6 featuring Mako. So this figure, or rather this series, is the last of the figure Colosseum series that predates the BWFC last year and also the BWFC this year. And this figure was released in November 2017, so almost coming to 2 years, and I would say it's probably pretty rare out there now if you're looking for it, so really depends on your luck. Well, for this figure that I got, it is actually second hand. I saw it at a pretty decent price, and you know what, why not? And also I have another reason why I want to get this figure, which I will talk about later. So for now, let's just jump straight into the box. So right in front you can just see the series name, Mako's name here, and an image of Mako, and more or less the designs for this whole series, which has like I think Smoker, Jinbei, Doflamingo, Luffy, for that year's Sculptures figure Colosseum. They are more or less the same, just with different color scheme. So this is the other side view with a different angle image of Mako. This is the other side with some information, and this is the back. So as usual, you know, they have the variant A, which is what we have, and also the monochrome variant B, and also some information about the sculptor. So at the top we have our Toei sticker here to prove its authenticity. This is the figure of Mako in his half phoenix and half human form, and it comes in a total of 5 pieces. We have his wing, his main body, his tail, and also his base, which comes in 2 parts. So a total of 5 pieces. Let us now take a closer look at Mako, starting from his face. And I would say they captured his likeness pretty well. He has that, you know, confident and laid back look while striking out, which I would say pretty much fits his character. And also I think it takes a lot to screw up his face. His face is pretty simple. He has this like round eyes and this like very distinct eyebrows, and his hair is just kind of, you know, flowing to one side. So if you look at his muscles, they're all pretty well done from the chest all the way down to the abdomen. And his pants, creases are pretty realistic. Painting is on a gold little thing on his sash, all pretty well done. So on one of his left leg is a human leg, so you can see the sandals, the slippers, and even some movement along, you know, around here. This kind of more realistic sculpt. And also on the other feet we have the phoenix feet, which is pretty interesting. But I think it would be a lot more cool if they gave the claw nicer color or something. Shiny color would be great, but this is just kind of matte. In the back you can see the tail popping out, and this I have no idea what you even call this, but it's just part of his tail, and it's all rather pretty cool. But you'll be thinking, how come his tails actually comes out in his half human, half phoenix form? And of course the other main thing is basically the wing, and I really like the 3-layer color interpretation for his wing. It's pretty cool right at the front too, and the sculpts for the feathers are pretty decent. They're not the most detailed I have seen, but they are still pretty decent. And if you look at the style for this whole figure itself, it is basically those clean sculpt type, because as I've mentioned before, there are several different styles. Usually we have those gritty styles like maybe earlier King of Artists, or we have those that are more similar like to the anime, such as this, which is very clean. not a lot of shadowings going on around the figure, as you can see. This is the base, and also if a supporting stand. So it's a pretty standard translucent base from the Figure Colosseum series, and you can see what is written on them. As usual, I'm really not a big fan, but in this case I have no choice but to put them on to support this Mako. Here we have the Figure Colosseum figure next to two of my other Mako figures. I don't really have a lot of him, but we'll talk about that later. Let's just take a look at the height first. From the base to the top of the wing around here, it's around 21.5 cm, around 8.5 inches. So he might seem really tall if you look at just the height, but because of the poles, the size of his wing, and also basically the length of the supporting stand, he is actually, in fact, in reality, really small and really short. So if you just take a look at the Mako over here, the sitting down Mako, you can really tell that even between them there's quite a significant scale or size difference. And for myself, I consider this Mako, the Creator X Creator scale, to be kind of already very small. And as I record, this was one of the main reasons why I didn't get him when he was released, because he just looked really small, and I thought, it just wouldn't fit well with my collection. And but to be fair, for the series themselves, for that year, I think the Luffy was really small, Doflamingo was really small, and the Ace that they released afterwards was also pretty small. That is because they released another Ace that you can actually put this Mako and the Ace together on the same base, and to me it kind of raises the value as a display piece, because it's very unique and very interesting. And for me now, I'm still personally looking for that Ace figure, and hopefully I will get him one day. And also, if you like, just compare the POP, just the size difference. It's just kind of a reference for you guys. I've previously put these two guys next to each other in the Karakuri video, and I'll just do it here again because once again it's very interesting. I find that these two figures actually look pretty good next to each other. But of course, if you're looking in terms of actual scale representation, then this wouldn't work because Karakuri is really tall, really big. I think it's about the height of Whitebeard. So maybe the POP Karakuri will fit better with this Mako if you're looking for scale representation. But if you don't care about what I just said, just if figures look good together, these two, I think, as the first commanders of their respective Yonko crew, these two guys, these two figures really look really neat next to one another. And now to one of the other reasons why I wanted to get this figure was because I thought this Mako would actually scale rather well with my Whitebeard POP Maximum. And here you go. So let me know what you guys think. I actually think it's rather accurate because from what I saw, the images in anime, manga, Mako is around half or slightly less than half the height of Whitebeard. So I could just imagine if he's standing here, he will be around there. So probably pretty accurate. So that's all I have, guys, for this Mako figure. I remember when this figure came out, a lot of people were saying that they didn't really like the style or the design on his wings and his feet. They're a little bit too bright, too cartoonish. But as I said before, when it comes to different figures, we usually see a lot of different styles, like the gritty manga type, and also in this case the just kind of cartoonish interpretation. And I think if you see them as what they are, different styles, then you just kind of accept them, even though they are different. So anyway, it's personal preference. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear it. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications button. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like, give it a thumbs up. I will see you guys very soon. Goodbye.